Chapter 7. Understanding Family and Friends. As we move from examining our internal relationships to the world at large, we want to take a moment to discuss the difficulties that often come from explaining your newfound views and opinions to your closest family and friends. One of the main things preventing us from actually achieving peace and freedom is the simple fact that many people who actually are unhappy with the status quo are too afraid to speak out because they are worried about what their parents, friends, or even complete strangers will think of them. Whether you believe the world is being corrupted by a cabal of government officials, banking institutions, military interests, reptilian aliens, or some mix, we generally understand that there are rebellious minds out there that question official proclamations made by government agents, police officers, and media pundits. Whether we come to the same conclusions or solutions does not yet matter. We appreciate all those who choose to peek behind the veil of statism and authority. Personally, we both believe the state, as an institution, is immoral, and the majority of the world's governments are corrupt pawns for various interests that operate in the shadows. Maybe your view is not as extreme, but chances are if you're reading this book, your views could be classified as outside the mainstream. There's also a good chance you have spent some nights researching on the internet, watching documentaries, and rearranging your worldview. You have likely attempted to share this information via social networks, internet forums, and casual conversations with friends and family. Perhaps you are now comfortable proclaiming to your loved ones that you have woken up and have begun chastising them for not taking action and joining the revolution. Unless you're one of the lucky ones, you were, unfortunately, probably met with silence or straight-up mockery. This silence and rejection may lead to feelings of anger and resentment that can cause real damage to important relationships. For those of us who feel like we have discovered long-hidden truths, it can be extremely disheartening to have our close friends and family turn a blind eye with our words falling on deaf ears. Remember, sometimes your job is only to plant seeds, not to constantly attempt to convert people to your perspective. We understand that tumbling down certain rabbit holes can lead to life-altering revelations, new values, new principles, and a new understanding of the world, which leads to a reassessment of the types of relationships you keep. Some individuals will choose to disown family members and friends over differences that are deemed to be too great to continue the relationship. While we don't believe free individuals should be obligated to maintain any relationship which is counterproductive or destructive, whether blood relative or not, we also think this decision should not be taken lightly. Simply appreciating an individual for where they are on their path can also be of value. We are all at different points in our journeys. This does not mean you should abandon your values, but remember that everyone is learning. Have compassion for those who do not see what you have come to see. Lead by example, and others will be encouraged to begin their own search for answers.